Welcome to Fancy Sense. I'm Fancy. This is my personal finance and productivity channel I created to help everyday people make it make sense. If you're new to the Fancy Sense family, thank you for taking the time to watch my content. If you're back, thank you as well for another episode of us making it make sense. Today we're going to be discussing the benefits of using your credit card for everyday purchases. I'm going to talk about the credit benefits of using a credit card. I'm going to talk about the cashback rewards that you may be missing out on from using credit cards. I'm also going to talk about the increased security that you have from using a credit card versus using cash or using a debit card. Make sure you stay tuned until the end, because at the end of this video I'm going to share with you how I use my credit card every day and how I pay off my balance in full every month. No, I don't carry a balance. I hate interest, and I want to share with you the hack that I've created to make sure all my credit cards stay active and I pay them off in full every month. I did this video because I know that there are some people who are afraid of using credit cards, and I want to share my success with credit cards, so hopefully I can pour that into someone else and they won't be as afraid to use credit cards. But I'm going to get into later some of the things I do to help protect myself in that. Let's jump right into the topics that we'll be discussing today. Let's first start off with the credit building benefits of using a credit card every day. Credit cards are the easiest thing to use to build your credit. First of all, the barrier of entry to getting one is very small. I got my first credit card at 18, and that was a lot of years ago. We're not gonna talk about how old I am. It wasn't that long ago, let's just say that. But I got my first credit card when I was 18, and I still have that credit card to today. It helped benefit my credit history because I have a long history of having credit because I've had that credit card for so long. And I also have multiple credit cards. So having multiple credit cards improves my credit availability. Even though I'm not using all of the credit from my credit card, it looks really good on my credit score. That's some of the benefits of having a credit card. And then using it every day just makes it easier to build your credit. In my experience, I've seen my credit score skyrocket the more I use my credit and pay it off in full every month. So using your credit card for everyday purchases is great. Now let's jump into another caveat about everyday purchases, and that's free money. You're going to spend the money anyways, right? You're going to buy groceries, you're going to put gas in your car, you're going to pay some of your bills. So you're going to pay your bills, not some of them. I hope you're paying all your bills. So you might as well get free money for doing those things. Many credit cards offer cashback rewards, or they offer Sky Miles, or they offer the opportunity for you to make purchases of gifts on their website. If you're going to spend the money anyways, why not get free perks like free money and free mileage for using your credit card? It just makes sense. It just makes sense. So that's one of the benefits. Use your credit card so you can cash in on those rewards, so you can take free trips, or you can just pay down your credit card balance. That's what I do. I don't travel a lot because the military keeps me traveling all the time. So me personally, I prefer to stay at home, if I'm being honest. But I do use the cashback benefits to pay down my purchases because it's awesome. Who's calling me? Now let's discuss increased security that you have when using a credit card. Now, everybody knows that carrying cash is a high risk. First of all, you might lose it. If someone steals it, it's pretty hard, if not impossible, to get your money back if it's lost or stolen. But with a credit card, it's a great possibility that you're going to get your money back because of consumer protection. Most credit card companies, I would probably say all, but don't quote me on that. Y'all let me know if y'all know a credit card company or a bank that does not offer consumer protection. Please let me know, but most of them do. And consumer protection just basically says if fraudulent charges happen because somebody stole your card or they stole your identity, you are protected. You don't have that same benefit when you're using cash, so it's important to protect yourself as much as possible. Now, let me put this disclaimer out. I know that you can use a debit card, and a debit card has the same consumer protections as a credit card does. However, you don't get free money for using a debit card. If you do, y'all correct me, because I don't know a debit card that's giving you free money. Someone educate me, comment below. And also, it hits a little different when your credit card is stolen versus your debit card. I've experienced this, so I understand it hits different. Even though I can get my money back, it just hit me a little harder seeing the money come out of my bank account versus coming out of my credit cards. Because technically, until I pay the credit card off, it's still kind of my money. So it's a mental thing for me. I don't know. Also, comment below if you feel the same way about credit cards as I do, because to me it's just a little bit more, I feel safer when I use a credit card. think credit cards are great if you use them responsibly. Now, I pay my credit card off in full every month. However, I also keep a budget every month. So basically, I'm not overspending on my credit card because I don't go over my budget. Well, I do go over my budget, but not that much. If you have a difficult time treating your credit card like cash, because that's basically what I do, I wouldn't necessarily recommend that. I wouldn't recommend that you use a credit card every day, because money is mainly behavior, and that is a topic for another video. But being able to control your behavior as it relates to money is very important if you want to be able to use your credit card every day. So I want to make sure I put that out. Paying interest on credit cards is no fun, and I like free money, as I mentioned earlier. Now that I'm going to talk about how I have multiple credit cards and I only use one for everyday purchases, but I keep the rest of them active. Having multiple credit cards can be a blessing and a curse. If you have multiple credit cards and you're not using some of them, the credit cards can be deactivated, because obviously credit companies don't want you to have credit cards, because they're in the business of you using the credit cards, so they can charge you interest so they can make money. But we're trying to avoid that. We want to make it make sense. In order to avoid that and to be able to keep your credit cards open that you're not actively using, I created a hack that has worked for me so perfectly, and I'm going to share it with you all. Let's say I have 5 credit cards. Just speaking hypothetically, I have 5 credit cards. One of the credit cards I will use for everyday purchases. Gas in my car, food on my table, just everyday things. I use that credit card all the time. It's typically the one that has the highest cashback benefits, because I want to get my cash back as fast as possible. The other 4 I keep active by setting up my subscriptions to come out of them. I don't have multiple subscriptions coming out of them. I only have one subscription coming out of each credit card, just to keep it simple and to not allow myself to get confused. So my other 4 credit cards, let's say I have 4 subscriptions. Let's just say I have Netflix, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music. Don't ask me why I have both. It doesn't make sense. But of those 4, I'm going to take one credit card and I'm going to assign a credit card to each of those subscriptions. And how I do it. Let's say my Netflix subscription is due on the 15th. I'm going to go to Netflix and I'm going to put in that credit card for Netflix. And then I'm going to go to my bank or whatever the credit card company, if it's not, yeah, we're just going to say bank. I'm going to go to my bank and I'm going to set up an automatic payment for that credit card. So on Netflix is gonna pull the money, is gonna pull the payment from my credit card on the 15th. I'm gonna automatically set up that same amount to come out of my bank on the 16th. So by the end of the month, it's already paid in full and I don't have to worry about getting a late fee. Nothing at all, the credit card stays active. I do this for all of my credit cards. All of my credit cards to keep them active. The reason why I do this is because I like having, as I mentioned earlier, I like having a large credit availability, because A, that improves my credit score, and B, if I ever need to make a large purchase, I want to make sure I have those credit cards available to use. I will say this again, I only spend money that I have cash for. So if I don't have cash, then I'm gonna figure out a way to get the cash. I'm very resourceful. Comment below if you found this video helpful. I know I can have a little thick dialect, but as you can see, I always put stuff on screen just to clear it up. I want to know if you use your credit card every day or if you just prefer to use a debit card. I mean, if you did find it helpful, comment below and tell me what you think I can improve on. I would love to know. I also would like to know what topics you would like to see me discuss on Fancy Sense, because I want to make sure I'm giving you all what you all are looking for, because I love personal finance and productivity. It's basically what I spend all day and every day doing. Thank you again for watching Fancy Sense. I'm Fancy, where we make it make sense. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you can be a part of the Fancy Sense family. You're here to the end, so you might as well just go and give it a big fat thumbs up. Give it a like. Why not? Why not? Hit the bell notifications so you can be notified every time I upload new content. And since you're here to the end, because if you're here to the end, you really like me, you might as well just watch my other videos as well. You might as well. I mean, you're here. Why not? I mean, just watch them. I'm gonna make it easy for you. It's right there. Just watch the videos.